Hey guys, Zoroarrkk here, and today I'm bringing you guys another video, and I'm sort of following up to the video that I did yesterday, which is probably going to be one of my most embarrassing videos I'm ever going to upload to this channel, because I was crying at the end of that, which was quite embarrassing, but my emotions were everywhere. It's now the day afterwards, I've just woken up, I feel not like that anymore. I actually feel myself now, which is the first time in like 30 hours that I haven't had some emotion predominant in me. And I was thinking during the night when I was going to sleep and then waking up in the morning how I would almost rank Super Mystery Dungeon. Obviously, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky being my favourite game. And I never thought I would say this, not in a million years, but I think Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon was actually better than Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky. I never ever thought I would say that, but I think I do. So I'm going to tell you guys the main reason. I tried to touch on it yesterday in yesterday's video, but I don't think I really made sense at all yesterday because I was just an emotional wreck. And I still haven't actually finished the epilogue. So there was the main story. I'll keep hitting my mic for some reason. There was the main story, and then there's an epilogue afterwards to follow on a little bit from the story. I haven't actually finished the epilogue yet. I'm nearly there, but haven't finished it fully. So that's going to be my plan for today, just to finish off the game completely. But I know what happens sort of what happens in the end, the epilogue anyway. So I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys from any of the story whatsoever. But I'm going to tell you guys what the story did right without spoiling it. Because it was the story that has turned me from Explorers of the Sky to Super Mystery Dungeon. So basically, in Super Mystery Dungeon, the story starts off a bit bland, I will admit. For the first 15 hours of gameplay, it's very much not really doing anything. Like you do stuff in the story, but it seems very slow. You want to keep going, you want to get to the actual main story, and it eases you into it, and it actually is important that you do that bit, as you'll find out later on in the story. There's one bit that I was like, what the hell? I think that's pretty much what most of this game was. Most of this game was a mindfuck. Best way to say it is a complete mindfuck. You won't expect anything. You'll go through the game, you'll think you'll know, and you just won't. As I knew getting to the end of the game. Then basically it gets to about way through the game, so there's 23 chapters in the game. I believe it starts on chapter 15. That's basically where the story starts, right? The first 14 chapters were just easing you into it. From 15 to 23, that is where the main story is. And it's probably about 15-20 hours long, those chapters altogether. And they're the most emotion-filling 15-20 hours you will ever face. You change from every single emotion so quickly. As I said to some people yesterday, this all happened in 5 minutes of the gameplay. I'm not going to say what chapter, what anything, because I don't want to obviously ruin it. But in 5 minutes, you were fine, you were normal. Then you felt really betrayed. Then you felt angry, then scared, then creeped out and hopeless. All of that was in 5 minutes. So that's 5 different emotions in 5 minutes. One emotion a minute. And that's just in one scene. Which it keeps bloody being replayed in my head because it's quite ridiculous. That was where the story started getting a bit, what the hell. So it's very powerful, and I think the best thing about the story, and this is the thing that really tipped me over the edge to say that Super Mystery Dungeon is better than Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky, is that the story is very relatable in real life. It has the game aspect, the Pokemon aspect, the this can't be real aspect by long shot. Most of the game is unreal. It won't ever happen. It can't happen. But there's one character Not going to say what character it is, but there is one character that is, well, funny enough, the most important character in the game. And that character says a lot of things that is true for real life. I think that's what they did, and that's what they nailed on the head, is pretty much the whole story. There's almost like a hidden message in the story. In fact, it's not really hidden if you look for it. It kind of reminds me of a film I watched recently. Some of you guys might have watched Zootopia, or Zootropolis as it came out over here. How it had the messages about drugs and about stereotypes. It was one of those ones. And I can't say what it is because it does ruin the story. But if you guys can work out what that character is, read every single piece of text that character says. Because honestly, there is 3 or 4 quotes in that story that I think will stick with me all the time. And it is so true. Honestly, it's unreal, to be honest. Like, going through the game, where most of it actually is right near the final boss. And because it was the final boss, and I knew it was the final boss, I was a little bit on a hype type thing. You know, you want to finish the final boss, you want to defeat what's happening and stop whatever is happening in the game, and stuff like that. And I pretty much bypassed it, but then I was listening to the soundtrack from the boss, and it was all in the comments section. People were quoting it, and I didn't realise how powerful those quotes actually were. Because they're powerful. And like I said, they are real life things. They are real life messages. And honestly, I think I'll probably have a couple of those in my head from now on. Because I think that's one thing that separates a good game to an amazing game, is when they can link it to real life attributes. Like, yeah, you can make a game like, for example, Skyrim, right? But what does Skyrim really prove in real life? It doesn't. It doesn't do anything. It has a character that apparently can speak to dragons and has to go around slaying them. You know, in this fictional place, it doesn't do anything. Whereas this, it really does have a couple of messages in there, especially about the main character, because the main evil character isn't realistic at all, but then also is realistic at the same time. I think that's one thing they did really well. Like I said, this game is an absolute mindfuck. The only thing I would say to you guys, to try and limit the tears, because there is a lot of teary moments, especially near the end. I actually got told, get your tissues ready for chapter 23. And I was expecting something. Some of you guys might have played the older games, and you probably can work out, if chapter 23 is the last chapter, what you're probably expecting. And it wasn't. It was not that. I expected them to do the same flow, and they just threw it in my face, done a U-turn, and slapped me, basically. Slapped me with the feels, pretty much. So it's a very good game that I would suggest you guys go and play. The soundtracks ain't as good as Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, in my opinion. I mean, I like the boss battle music, but the only problem with that is it has a little bit of the boss battle from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, and I don't think you can ever beat that soundtrack. I don't think you can. I think that is too good. Other than that, I don't really know what else to say. For Britain, it's only £25 on Amazon. I think that's something around $42, something like that. For you Americans there. But I very highly recommend you go and get it. It provides you for about 40 hours of gameplay from the story. Depends on how good you are and how much you don't die. For me, I'm on like 50 hours already, and I haven't completed the epilogue because I die quite a lot. But basically, I really highly recommend you guys go and get it. It's a game that, when I got the game, I wasn't expecting much, because they had a previous game, Gates to Infinity, and I won't be, hiding anything, that game was shit. I haven't completed the game. I've completed this game basically. I've completed Explorers of Sky twice. I've completed Explorers of Darkness, and I haven't completed Gates to Infinity. So that should probably prove that it's not very good. So I thought coming into this one it wasn't going to be very good at all, and I was wrong. This game is amazing. To be completely honest with you, the story is just amazing. So I think that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. My voice is getting croaky, as you can hear. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. And this has been Zoroarrkk. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.